Okay, it's September 26th, and I want to show some beneficial use of Haarp in stopping these hurricanes, preventing hurricanes from forming in the Gulf of Mexico. And I absolutely am opposed to this geoengineering, but there is another side to it, and also it's one of the few things that are still being shown on satellite, which, you know, is very political and purposeful on their part. But let me say that this is the area of interest we want to look at here, right between Yucatan and the western tip of Cuba. And let me show you why that is the area of interest. First of all, the temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is just extremely high. This dark orange is 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and this lighter would be about 86. So it takes a minimum of 79 degrees to form a hurricane, and so this is well above that threshold. But you also need calm winds aloft. And keep in mind, last month 3 major hurricanes have formed just west of Mexico right here, and this water is significantly cooler than the Gulf of Mexico. Despite having temperatures like this every summer, we have not had any major hurricanes form here since Katrina, really. Since Katrina passed through there and converted to a Category 5. So if we look at the winds aloft, that gives us a clue as to why this area is the target zone. First, if we look at the just southern tip of Baja, we see there's really no, the jet stream arrows here don't have any length because there's no jet stream right here. That's why these Mexican hurricanes are forming here. We go over and look at the Gulf of Mexico. Here on the Texas coast, we see there is a jet stream wind. So storms that form here are going to get sheared off and not develop. But down here, there's no jet stream. This is very calm aloft. So this is the area where they're probably going to be concerned about hurricanes forming. First, you know, tropical depression, then we have tropical storm. Okay, now let's have a look at this. This is mid-morning, and what do we see? We see here's a Haarp downburst with the expanding dry air ring. Here's a Haarp downburst, expanding dry air ring, and here also is a Haarp downburst. So we have 3 of them right in a row, and if we put the thunderstorm color on there, we can kind of see what they're trying to accomplish. We have a thunderstorm that builds up, really aggressive red colors in there. Then they do these 3 downbursts, and the storm is gone. Okay? So that's pretty good evidence there. If we move on in time, what we see next is this is a couple hours later, and they do another Haarp downburst here. Another storm starts to form, and they do another downburst on it. And the interesting thing here is, okay, nice circular clear air ring, and it expands outward, and notice there's already thunderstorms on top of Cuba here. There's some mountains here. So as this roll cloud progresses out and reaches the existing thunderstorms, that energy is added, and that lift then creates a nice big thunderstorm over Cuba. Now this is the really interesting part here, because if we look at the next map, and this is sunset. Okay, so here's before sunset. Now, you would think, here's this thunderstorm that's just built over Cuba, and they would go ahead and downburst it, because it's also in this zone of extreme warm water and dry, minimal jet stream. But I think that since Cuba is a Russian ally, Russia has told the U.S. Haarp operators, don't use that thing on our ally, because if we step through, or I'll just let it run. There it is, sun's going down, and that thing is not getting a Haarp downburst. It continues as a storm. We can see this right here. It's still a storm right there. So this is a indication, since Cuba is a Russian ally and there is not a Haarp downburst here, this is an indication to me that Russia is telling the U.S. that this is military technology and don't use it on our island, on our friend, on our ally. So that's pretty interesting, I think. Okay, well, that was basically what I wanted to show, but you know, I really want to emphasize that by no means do I think this is a beneficial technology that it is okay to use. You know, according to Nick Begich, the author of Angels Don't Play This Harp, he says that every time one of these Haarp downbursts is produced, some atmosphere is blown out to space and we lose it. So I would ask, what is the beneficial long-term use of this technology then? Okay, well, thanks for watching.